Okay, here's my 5-person audience. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Okay. Is that good? Can you see me?
Yep.
Okay, hi, my name is Sarah Sobolevi, and today I'm going to be giving a speech about how a bill becomes signed into law. Did you know that during the congressional 2-year term, as many as 20,000 bills might be introduced? But actually, only 5% of them are signed into law. While some may be signed into law relatively quickly, others must go through lengthy hearings and be discussed in subcommittees and committees and may even be completely vetoed. As a citizen, it is important that we remain knowledgeable about how the government works because the policies that are signed into legislation will directly affect our lives. As a student, I have taken many courses at Texas A&M University, which I have learned the steps required to signing a bill into law. I am also very interested in government and public policy, so this is a topic that I've researched many different times. Today, I'm going to detail the process of how a bill becomes signed into legislation. The birth of a bill, to begin, starts in Congress. With the exception of revenue or tax-related bills, which must originate in the House of Representatives, legislation can be introduced in either the House or the Senate. Many times, an interest group that wants a specific bill signed into legislation will work with congressional administration to do so. Each proposed bill is assigned by the congressional clerks and are then referred to the proper committees and subcommittees by the Speaker of the House or the Majority Leader. At this stage in the process, the bill is carefully discussed and its probability for being signed is determined. If a committee decides not to act on a bill, it is effectively dismissed. According to the National Archives, an official government website, each committee oversees a specific policy zone, and subcommittees discuss even more specialized topics. As you can see, merely getting a bill introduced is not an easy task. Once a bill is discussed in the committees and subcommittees, it can be modified by Congress and subject to further debate in different and more specialized subcommittees. A bill reported out of the Senate is placed by a unanimous vote on the congressional calendar and is placed to be discussed on the floor. Bills reported in the House of Representatives are very different, however. Bills must first be discussed in the Rules Committee, where they will decide when and how much time a bill can be discussed on the floor. The Rules Committee essentially sets the terms under which the proposed legislation will be debated. And remember that the Rules Committee is only in the House of Representatives. It is important to note that senators may hold up a bill by a filibuster. A filibuster is essentially a formal way that senators can use long speeches or pauses in order to halt a vote on a certain type of bill. When the House or Senate passes a bill, it is delegated to the other chamber, where it usually follows the same process through committee and floor action. This chamber may approve the bill as it is received, reject it, ignore it, or change it. According to the National Human Genome Research Institute, an official government website, once both the House and the Senate have passed identical bills, it is then referred to the President. The President can sign the bill and it becomes a law. The President can ignore the bill and it becomes a law in 10 days without his signature. The President can ignore the bill, then Congress can go into recess, and the bill is then vetoed without his signature. This is often called a pocket veto. Presidents can veto the bill, at which that point it goes back to the originating chamber, and if 2/3 of Congress votes on overriding the veto, the bill is effectively passed into legislation. As you can see, proposing a bill is a lengthy process and requires several different hurdles for a bill to be introduced into law. Today, I've explained to you the process of signing a bill into legislation. A proposed bill must be referred to committees and subcommittees in the Senate and House of Representatives, which it will then be voted on in identical forms. It is then referred to the President. Being informed about congressional processes will generate a more knowledgeable public in the long run. Staying up to date on the latest policies is important because government policies directly affect your life. Thank you. Okay, here's my 5 members.
I'm Jessica.